EDCs, Manipal and Renuka, ready?
Thank you. We appreciate this. Thank you, folks. Thank you. We appreciate this warm welcome. You guys make us feel so special. Well, I'll tell you guys, this is really special thing that we do in our system. I want to let you know, guys, that if you belong to this organization, you belong to the best. There's no questions about that. So anyhow, just to give a little background about, if you're here for the first time or if you never heard about our background, we are just like most of you here. We are basically, immigrants to this country, and I came to do my master's program from India. I came here in 1985, January 1985. I came here initially as a student, and then later on, after 1.5 years, went to India in the summer vacation, and then met Renuka through some common friends and relatives, and then got married in August of '86. And then we are here. She joined me right away. And she did. She joined me, and we did our master's program together. In fact, we have taken quite a few classes together, and I made sure that she's in my class, especially if the subject is tough. And you can fill in the blank about who did the homework. And I told you that I'm smart, right? Okay, so that tells you who is the smart one in the house. So anyhow, we had very good time. In our tough time, student life in America was very good. We learned a lot of things. Especially coming from India, where during most of the time in India, parents pretty much take care of your education. Unlike here, I'm not going to say that it doesn't happen here, but it may not be that common here. Okay, so coming back from that. So after engineering, came here, master's in computer science, and then, luckily for me, a good friend of mine he was my roommate. He was my roommate when I was studying in NJIT in New Jersey. Sudhir Solapurkar. His wife's name is Sulbha. Very good friends of mine. They're the ones who showed this opportunity to us. And that was in 1990. I'll tell you, folks, this opportunity has changed our life for good. Today, you're looking at a couple who is completely free, leading a stress-free life. Yes, some days it will be busy. Yeah, some days it will be busy. Some weeks it will be busy. Some months it will be busy. But I rather do this working for myself than reporting to someone else. And whatever you guys do at your job, I have done for some time, and I would gladly give up. And anyhow, so they called me, and he didn't say a whole lot about this opportunity, and all he told me is to show up, and I showed up at a place, which was a small motel-like place. And you know what? I was not too impressed about the motel. I was not too impressed about anything for the matter. The only reason I joined this business, guys, is a good friend of mine. If he was into something, this guy is a very intelligent guy. I had a tremendous respect for this person. My whole feeling was, hey, what is that I'm losing? If Sudhir is into it, it has to be good, and I had no questions. The only question that I had was, how do I do this 100 PV thing? Really, it was initially I thought, 100 PV is a big deal. But later on, things have changed. We learned quite a few things in that aspect, and then we moved on from then. So anyhow, Sudhi called me, and then that was, kind of, I guess it doesn't happen every time that person like me signs up without questions. Okay? A lot of people do have questions and concerns about different things. That's okay. If somebody has questions and concerns, that's fine, no big deal. But in my case, it was, I said, my attitude was, hey, a couple of $100 investment, nothing to lose, and I don't have to give up my job. I can build this business on a part-time basis, and, I could, being a business owner, I could probably, utilize some tax advantages. Although, it looked, to be frank with you guys, it looked too good to be true. It really looked too good to be true. In fact, in 1990, right now, when you show the plan right now, guys, the diamond income, we show about $150,000. The same income in 1990, they were showing as $60,000. $60,000. With inflation adjustments and the PV, adjustments, all that stuff, the same income, goes, if you have the same structure and everything, that's what we show right now, SA 4400. So anyhow, even that $60,000 in 1990 looked too big. Here I was, finished my bachelor's, finished my master's, working for a big company. At that time the company was called as Bell Communications Research. It's a big company. At least at that time, it used to be people's dream to work for companies like that. And at that time, my first income through that job was $38,000. Here I was thinking about, I finished my engineering, I finished my master's, I did whatever they told me to do, and it took me so long to make $38,000 a year. And here, somebody is showing me this 642 thing, this 100 PV thing, and then all you got to do is, you do 100 and teach 6 people to do 100, and so on and so forth. And eventually you make, in 2 to 5 years, you make $60,000. Which means they're telling me that in 2 to 5 years I could double income, which took me so long to make in my job environment. Obviously, I didn't believe it. Like some people here, when they see the plan for the first time, $150,000 at diamond income, looks too far away. If you're one of them, that's okay. And anyhow, to be frank with you guys, when I saw the plan, I never thought I would be holding a mic one day to talk to people like this, or I never thought I would be retired from my job, or I never thought I would have the lifestyle that we have. All I thought was, hey, just let me try it out, kind of. That's the reason I started initially. And again, once I started the business, then I said, hey, they're talking about, people keep talking in this business about having goals, dreams and goals, and they keep on emphasizing on that aspect. It came to the point, hey, these guys keep on bugging about this, but said, they're expecting me to say, I would be free, I want to be free, or I want to retire, I want a big house, all that stuff. Even, personally, I like to have all these things. I have good taste, and I like good things in life, and I wanted all that stuff. But I never related I could never relate to the things that I wanted in life to this business. That's the reason. I'll tell you what, guys, I truly believe God has a master plan for all of us. I believe that. So when I saw this plan, I said, it's not that like some of you might have jumped with 2 feet into this thing. No, it was not me. It took me about 4 to 6 months to understand the real potential of this business. 4 to 6 months. Why? Because first night when somebody looks at the plan, they don't understand everything. In fact, a lot of times, they don't even pay attention to what's happening. Mentally, they're somewhere else. That's the reason we recommend people to come back one more time. Back-to-back functions. By 2 functions, you know what? I'll do anything for people to bring them to 2 functions. But later on, I said, the second function, they're more prepared. So anyhow, here I was, in spite of people talking about big dreams and big goals and all the stuff, I said my initial goal was, I put in about a couple of $100 for my kit and my tools and everything. Let me somehow make sure I get that out of this business. That was my initial goal. Okay? You know what happened, guys, is once I started accomplishing these little goals, my confidence grew in this business. Once the $200, once I got the $200, then the next thing I said was, hey, it looks like it's working. So let me set a goal of, having car payments. At that time, I was driving, beat up Chevy Nova, a $600 car. $600 car. Okay? And then just around that time, I bought a Honda Accord. And the payment was $328 per month. Not the gas bill. That's the payment for the month. Okay? So anyhow, so that was, I said, hey, let's see if this works. So when I started, that's how we started the business. And luckily, by the time my upline, I got to know Praveen and Madhu Chedda, who are emeralds going diamond, good friends of ours. And they're the ones initially who really showed us and taught a lot about this business, how to use the products, how to fill in the forms, a lot of little details we learned from Praveen and Madhu Chedda's basement. That's where me and Kumar and so many leaders started there in this business. And that was many years back. And then later on, eventually, I got a chance to meet Kanti and Lata, and then started building friendships with them, and then they taught us other things in life. And looking at Kanti and Lata's example and their hard work and the dedication to this business, and you know what? The combination of all this was just, it was just awesome. We had the right example in our upline. Okay? So unfortunately, a lot of people listen to the people who have no idea about this business, and in the first 3 to 6 months, follow somebody's advice and say, well, it's not for me or whatever. So it's very, very crucial, guys. So anyhow, initially, again, my frustration and my struggle was that. Somebody's struggle. Everybody faces different struggle. In some cases, you may have financial struggle. In some cases, it could be, your spouse may not be supporting. It's no big deal, In some cases, you may think, you may come up with some other things. Bottom line is, you got to know that this is a business. You got to know that this is a business where you could get all your dreams come true. Really. There should not be any questions, any doubts in your mind whether this is the right thing to do. There should not be any questions, any doubts, any fear in your mind saying that, can I do it? I'm telling you, this is the only business we can tell you that we don't look at your educational background, you don't look at business background, you don't look at your looks, we don't look at anything, guys. As long as you have a dream and as long as you don't quit on us, you can be free. You got to ask yourself all the time, or whenever you want to ask yourself, why should people follow you? Why should people follow you? You know what? That was a tough question to ask me at the time. And then I asked myself, why should people follow me? You know what? I was comfortably, I was building business based on convenience. If I was feeling good, I was doing. If I was not feeling good, I was not doing anything. But again, once we made the decision, we put on the momentum picked up, and then a couple of my guys in my organization started looking at duplicating us, and things have drastically changed. 1994 we went Emerald, 1994 we went Ruby, 1995 we went Emerald. Okay, and then 1995, guys, I truly would say that was again one more turning point. As brand new Emeralds, Bill Britt from the backstage. You know how on the FED stage, sometimes he brings some of the Emeralds. I don't know how to this day who picked my name and how I went on the stage. I realized that here I was for the first time. I was in close contact with Bill Britt, holding the mic, asking me to speak. What your goal is and things like that. I don't know why I said that, Bill, I'm going diamond next year. I don't know why I said that, but I said that I'm going diamond next year. And at that time, Renuka was 7 months pregnant with our second one. And I went back to the room. She was in the room, and I told this, guess what happened? Bill Britt got me on the stage, and I promised Bill Britt that I'm going diamond next year. She was looking at me, are you crazy here? What? I mean, we just Emerald? How can this happen? How can this happen? I said, I don't know. I promised Bill Britt, I got to be diamond. You know what, guys? That is called as sense of innocence, sense of faith that I had in myself and the system and everything that was taught to me by the time. And guess what, guys? We worked hard. We worked the hardest. We worked the hardest. Guys, you know what? In this business, I realized one thing. You don't make anybody leader. You don't make anybody platinum. You don't make anybody diamond. What you do, all you do is, guys, you find the good ones. You find the good people. All you do is, guys, keep doing it, and you find the good ones, your job is done. When you find the good ones, your job is be a friend to them. Don't boss them. You're not their boss. That's what I've done. And every one of my leaders, all I'm doing is I'm a friend to them. I do my best to set that example for them. That's all. Guys, listen. 1996 went diamond. The next year, I did work as a computer consultant one more year. Because at that time, I could continue doing both. I did that. My upline said, you can continue doing that, and I did that. And then the more money coming in, and then in 1997, when the India market opened up, I said, man, you know what? I'm going to concentrate on building the business too. So by that time, I said goodbye to corporate America. That was one of the best feeling, guys. I'm telling you, goodbye to corporate America. And you're looking at somebody I don't know how to express this, guys. People ask me, what do you do every day? How does your day look like? People ask me, how does a typical day look like? What do you mean a typical day? There's no typical day. Every day is different. Every day that's what I like about the business. There's no there's no routine in my thing, Whatever happens. Okay? So guys, right now we better believe we're having fun. No questions about that. Okay? More than anything else, guys. More than anything else. You have seen the video. Yes, we have the lifestyle. We have the cars. We built a beautiful house. We moved last year, September. And more than all, I enjoy that. I enjoy that. I definitely enjoy that. But the best thing that I truly believe I really got out of this business is a proper balance, proper relationships at home. This home team, husband and wife relationships, and spending time with the children. I tell you, I will not trade that for anything, guys. That is so precious to us. And we believe in that. Okay? At this point, I would like you to welcome my wife, Renuka, here. She's a tremendous lady here. Here's Renuka.
Thanks, Manipal. When we got started, Manipal told you a little bit of our background, but when we got started, a lot of our functions used to be in the south, and a lot of the speakers were speaking with a very heavy southern accent. And imagine us just a few years into in this country, and as students did not have much exposure to many other people except our college professors. And then you go to these meetings and you come across all these people, and all the time they kept saying y'all, and I kept asking Manipal, why are they talking about U-Haul? I thought we are in a marketing business here. I could not understand anything they were saying. What I'm trying to tell you guys is you will graduate too. After listening to all of our Indian accents, you will learn and grow in this business as well. So don't hold that against us or against your growth. But I remember, also, a lot of fun experiences we've had in this country. Initially, when Kedar, my older one, who's 15 years old now, I used to go to his soccer games many years back when he was like in kindergarten or first grade. And, I used to go to these games, and these parents, very nice people, would try to come and talk to me. I obviously look Indian. They would come and say, "Hi, I am Mary Smith." I'm like, you can look at my Indian face and assume I don't know English, but please don't assume that I'm deaf and dumb as well. It used to beat me all the time. And what a change. Recently, I was at my second son's soccer game, and this person actually walked up to me and said, "I just came back from your hometown, Hyderabad, India, and I've dined at this restaurant. You should go and check it out." What a difference, guys. You know, as people get to know you more, you know, the world is getting to be a smaller place. That's what I find out today. You know, the more we travel, people are the same all across the world. Now, that's what I find out. We were in Malaysia, we were in Turkey, just this last 1 year I'm talking about, and we were in UK. Everywhere we go, people's hopes, aspirations for life are the same. You know, they want the same things in life. That's why it makes me feel so good that when I hold a mic and speak, whether I'm speaking in Turkey, Istanbul, Turkey, or in London, England, or in Palm Desert Springs, California, I speak the same language and say the same things because it's the same people all across the world. It makes me feel very good about that. Talking about our business, I was just thinking, what a great business we are in. Recently, a cousin of mine who went to college with Manipal and I, he was visiting us. And after 16 years, he was making some points about how we were 16 to 20 years back when we were students, and now how things are different in New Jersey especially. He said, 20 years back when we were on the streets, we would not see many cars on the highways there after 10:30 in the night. And today it's very common to see a traffic jam at 12 midnight. That means people are working harder. People are getting back from home, from work, they're getting back home later in the night. And he said a few things that made, I didn't look at things that way, but he said, 20 years back, when he asked for a glass of water in a restaurant, people would look at him strangely. And today, bottled water is very commonplace. When he used to ask for a vegetarian meal, they did not understand. And today, you can go anywhere, any fast food place, and can get a very decent vegetarian meal. And guess what, guys? Our business was always trend-setting. We had the water treatment systems before it was an in thing to do. Before it was a buzzword out there. We had the best energy drinks out there. We set the trends for the marketplace, and what a great business we have in our hands. Never take it lightly. Talk about organic vegetables and organic farming. We had the best thing out there in the nutrition field before any of this was heard about in any magazine or anything, or people even knew what the word organic meant. Think about it, guys. Don't take lightly what you have in your hands. Last year when we were building our house, one of the workers there came that morning to install some cabinets, and he asked us, what do you guys do? We were building this beautiful house, huge house in a great neighborhood, and he asked us, what do you guys do? And Manipal and I said quickly that, we are in the quick start business. And this guy was amazed. He had joined the business 3 months before that point, and he said, I didn't do much about it. And guess what? He also said, and this morning I was so desperate to have more money in my family that I was praying to God. I was on my knees praying to God. God, show me a sign from somewhere, because I need to change my life in some way. I need to do something in my life so that I have a better future for my children and my family. And he says, I'm so glad I met you guys. You know what? I'm glad he saw it that point, but 6 months later, I met the same guy again in the cabinet place, and I asked him, how are you doing in the business? Oh, I'm not doing it again. It's so sad. You see so many signs from God when you ask for it, and it's put right in front of you, and it's in your hands so many times, and we forget to take it and run with it. That's the only difference between people like that and us, guys. We decided not to quit and hang on to the business. That is the only difference. We were not anything. We were special people, but we were nothing extraordinary. The only difference between people like that and us was we were not willing to let go. We wanted to see it through. We wanted to build this business with a passion. Not initially. Manipal told you about how I felt about it. I felt very negative about it initially. As a matter of fact, us was not just a mere physical relationship as a husband and wife. If you'll hear the story from our pots and pans, you'll hear a whole different story in our house. It was more than physical in many ways. But you know what? I was so negative at a point. Manipal was talking about it also, but there was a certain period when we had our first child, right after we joined this business, and he was sick when he was an infant, and going through the hospitals and the routines with everything over there, and working a full-time job which was very challenging and very far from home. To manage everything, I just didn't like this business. I felt this business was taking Manipal away from us. And you know what changed, guys? I saw people who were 15, 20 years, who were my seniors, being let go at my workplace. And that changed my perspective about the business. You know, when reality hits you, it hits you hard. Because you don't ever want to be in those people's shoes, especially when you're ready for retirement and you're being walked out the door. I found that experience so humiliating for them that I didn't ever want to have that for myself. And I started supporting Manipal in this business. You know, life will change. Life is going to change, whether you like it or not, for all of us. And how well are you prepared to handle those changes is my question to you. You know, there was times I used to, during that period when I used to hate this business, I remember a time, I mean, Manipal was losing jobs left and right. Both of us lost, but I mean, he lost it more times than I did. But there was a period, within a year, he lost about 7 assignments. Not particularly because of his fault, but because the computer industry was like that. And he was let go from work at one particular assignment, and he came home. And he sat in this hot tub we had, and you know, he had a drink next to him, some soda or something like that, and then he had the whirlpool running, and he put the phone on the speaker, and he calls up all our front lines and tells them, "Man, freedom is great." And I was standing there fuming. I said, "You're not free, you were fired from work." You know, that is not the freedom I'm looking for. You know, I mean, like, we've had some fun experiences. But you know what, guys? I can look back and laugh at them. At that time, it didn't look funny, but now I can look back and smile at those memories. Because you know what? I had a winner at home who refused to quit this business. No matter what life had in store, he refused to quit this business. You know, recently, I mean, you know, Manipal talked to you about our house. It's a beautiful home. But you know what, guys? Many times I see people bending under pressure from family and friends and by their peers. You know, we lived in our 2,500 square foot home until last year. That was the house we went platinum, ruby, emerald, and diamond in. We didn't want any distractions in life. Right after diamond, I remember so many people, my parents including, used to tell us, "Why don't you move into a bigger home?" And you know what, guys? It felt so good to have a home so beautiful, so big, at a time when we felt very comfortable about the payments and everything else. Not because somebody else was putting pressure on us to buy a house, but at our time, you know, when it was good for us, and based on counseling from our upline, Kanti and Latagala. You know, we moved into our house, and we come from a farming community back home, and you know, that farmer instinct in me is very much alive, and I planted some tomato plants in my backyard. And every day I used to go and water them this summer, and as I start to see those tomatoes come up, I was so excited. You know, I bought these small saplings, and they grew into these big bushes with a lot of tomatoes. There were hundreds of tomatoes on them. And I was so excited about it. I called both my kids, and I said, "Look at this. You know, we have so many tomatoes. Come and check it out." Both of them were the least bit interested. You know what? Big deal. You know, Mom, you could buy them at Wegmans, that's the grocery store by a house, for $1. Why do you have to go through all this? But you know what? They didn't pay the price on watering those plants. They'll never be excited about seeing those tomatoes grow. You know what? Guys, for many of you, you may not get excited about our lifestyle videos or about the things that we have achieved in our lives. No big deal. You have not worked to make those dreams come true. Don't worry about it. Tomorrow, or in the near future, I want to hear you stand on this stage and share with all of us what you are proud of. Because once you pay the price, you will be proud of it. And I want to see that one day. You know, our house is big. It's not as big as Raj and Sangeeta's house, but it is big. It is so big that today our utility bill is more than what we used to pay as mortgage towards our older house. Okay? It feels good that you can afford all those things. But the other day, my son, my teenager, who sleeps a lot, like most teenagers do, said, you know, I think we really have a big house. I said, why do you say that all of a sudden? Because you guys make a phone call to me every morning to wake me up for school instead of coming in knocking on my door. I know we live in a really big house then. I said, you bet you do. You know, guys, it feels great to have a lifestyle that you can provide all these things for your children, because you know what? He was a big basketball player until a few months back, and he decided to switch sports. He is now a great tennis player. To give him the coaching and just for the having the time to go and watch his games and be there with him and encourage him is priceless. And most of all, to be able to afford to have your own tennis court in your backyard is priceless. To give him that thing so that he doesn't have to go far to work out on his skills. To have the best coaches available. You know, for the longest time when we were going diamond, our kids loved sports and they wanted to go and do so many sports, but we didn't have the time or the money to be able to afford a lot of things, and they did not do it. But you know, to hire the best NBA, ex-NBA players to coach my kids is priceless. You know, to give them the best thing. You know, just because they're good sportsmen doesn't mean they can slack off in their academics. I'm a typical Asian parent, you can see that. Okay? Yes. You know, I believe, you know, just because you're doing good in one area doesn't mean you can slack off in other areas. To be able to provide that for them, the best tutors, so that they can have, where they have certain weak areas, so they can improve on those things. You know, recently my 10-year-old, who's in 4th grade, at the beginning of this last school year, he came up after his first marking period ended. He came home with his report card. He had, you know, 2 A's and some B's. He had an A in math and he had an A in English. And he had B's in science and social studies. How dare he, right? Being a diamond son, an EDC son. You know, I know many of you think we are perfect in all areas. Well, they have to do their own growing. But he came home and he was in tears and he said, how can I improve this? And we sat down and game planned and said, okay, by second marking period, what do you want to do? Move it from a B to a B plus in science and social studies. And by third, let's move it to an A. And so that by fourth marking period, you'll have an A plus in all of them. That was the goal. Guess what? The second marking period comes in, and he did have A's in science and social studies. But guess what? He has a B now in English and math. He went backwards in those. And I'm like, what happened here? You know, just like in this business, you'll have to learn multitasking. You know, you'll learn different things from different people about volume, about structure, about sponsoring, and so many things. You cannot afford to be good in just one thing. You want to have a business in such a way that when you go to Hawaii, you don't have to check your volume. You can go and relax. When you're traveling all these places in the world, you want to have a relaxed trip and enjoy your travel. You know, if you want to build a business good and strong, you have to learn to multitask from an early stage in your business. Making sense? Yeah. Guys, I talk a lot about my kids because, you know, I always feel that what good is all the money you make if you do not have the laughter at home? What good is a huge home if the foundation is not right and if you don't hear the laughter within the walls of that home? You know, our kids are our strength. I'll tell you one thing. I'm a firm believer that, you know, I do believe in securing our borders, but I also believe in securing our children's minds and brains from being corrupted by the negative influences. How about that? If we secure our kids, because they are the future of our country, I believe no border or nothing outside of this country can touch us, because we have the strength within us, right here. Stop worrying about the past. People ask us, how did you move on? For me, it was easy, like most women, to be very historical. Not hysterical, but historical. We'll remember things 20, 30 years in the past with the finest detail. But I had to learn to let go and move on. I learned it the harsh way. We were emeralds in the business. And I remember one of our team members came and told me, but you never did a beauty break for me. Why should I listen to you? And I had an answer for her. I said, well, listen, I know I did not do what I was supposed to do because I was negative about this business, but that was before we went ruby, before we went pearl, before we went emerald. How long do you want to wait to listen to me? Because I just want to help you out. Don't let the past hold you back. Move on. People change and environments and situations change. Give them the benefit of doubt and move on. It may the person I'm talking about may be your spouse, for all you know. If Manipal hung on to the past and didn't encourage me to come and join him, we would still be platinum. How scary is that? Don't hold on to the past, guys. Just move on. Talking about so many things, guys. We set the example for our children. Every day people say, what do you do? What do you teach your children? We don't specifically teach our children many things. Some things we make corrections here and there, but many things by living right with the right attitude and right character, that in itself is a teaching to your children. Recently, my kids are 15 and 10, but they have the maturity of many adults. I'll tell you that. They travel many times alone across the world. They go to India many times by themselves and fly back by themselves. And last year, as a matter of fact, when they were coming back from India, the flight got delayed in London for a day. And everybody was worried, except me and my kids. And Kedar, as a matter of fact, makes me a phone call from the hotel he was staying at, and he goes, I'm stuck here in this hotel. Is it okay if me and Keshav go off into the city for the whole day and come back? I said, no, you cannot do that without adult supervision right now. But they turned out to be very confident kids. People ask me all the time, when you were building this business, did they miss you? The answer is yes. But the thing is, we didn't let that stop us from building a great future for them. Many times, guys, they were crying as much as we were crying in the cars after leaving them. But you know what? We knew this was the right thing to do. Many people asked us, did you help them with their homeworks? And so many other things that most parents do. I said, to a certain extent, but if we had to go out and show the plan, then I didn't. Or I made sure I did it before we left home. Today, it was such a proud moment for us. 2 weeks back, Manipal and I went to an award ceremony at his school because he was in an all-honors class and maintaining A's across the whole academic year. And we don't spend time, guys. Today, we don't spend time with them, teaching them everything. You lay the right foundation for them right from day one and let them take charge. Just like we teach people in this business, taking charge. I can't be there every night feeding them. Like you saw on the video, I don't feed them every day with the spoon. That was made for the video. Okay? My kids turned out to be very independent. So did my kids in this business. That's why we have the organization we have. We have learned to let people take charge and make mistakes and move on. We have learned just to be a friend. Guys, there's nothing my kids and we don't share, whether it is girls or about anything else that's bothering them. Girls, yes, I leave it to the dad, but Recently, we were at a graduation ceremony for my nephew in Atlanta, and I met some of his relatives there. And one of them was a heart surgeon, a pediatric heart surgeon. On the way to the airport, he was telling us, I have to get back to San Antonio because I have a surgery tomorrow. He's this big shot. He spent all these years doing medical school. He has a double specialty, and he did cardiology, and then he did pediatric cardiology, and he did surgery and a bunch of things. And he asked, and we were impressed with his degree. That's about it. And we were just telling him we were just back from Turkey and everything and sharing our experiences. And he goes, you guys are lucky. So, and I said, yes, we are. We are very happy with what we do in life. And he goes, you know what, people think I'm a big shot. I do at the most 1 pediatric surgery a day. And I do a lot of pre-operative and post-operative care for that patient. And guess how much I get paid for one patient? So Manipal took a wild guess and he said, maybe $10,000? He goes, no, you're way up. I made $1,600 per surgery after all those years of education. And he can at the most do 1 surgery a day, at the most. And I'm thinking, man, what a stressful life he has to lead and not have the flexibility in life to spend time with his family or friends or travel. And what a great business, on the other hand, what a contrast it is. And this business, a high school dropout person can build it as well. You don't need to spend all those years on degrees. What a great, great business, guys. What a great opportunity we have here. Earlier, when I started building this business, even though I come from a family with a lot of people, just to give you a little bit of a background, I come from a joint family in India. What we mean by a joint family is typically uncles, aunts, and their children all living under one roof, one kitchen. And my grandfather had 11 children. Okay, so it was like about 7 of them with their children living all under one roof. I grew up eating every meal with 24 people at the dining table. Okay, that is who I was. That is my background. And coming here, I was very attached to my cousins and all, but I didn't grow up making many friends in school because I had enough at home. I didn't want to deal with one more person in my life. That is how I was. My first friends came when I was in engineering college. My first 5 friends, that's it. And here I got married to this awesome guy, Manipal Reddy. Every person on the street would be his best friend. I said, how many best friends can you have, And you have to understand the contrast we had, the first few years of my marriage, we were the first ones to get married in all his friend circle, and all his best friends would be coming home for dinner, lunch, and breakfast. And I would be there cooking. And for a person who grew up in a pretty affluent family, I never had to enter a kitchen when I was growing up. And here I was, being forced into this best friend culture, And I remember when Manipal started building this business, and we would be in a mall and he would approach a person trying to see if they would be interested in this business, and I would literally hang on his hand and get him out of there and say, please don't contact when I'm around at least. I don't want one more person. I don't want them to get to know me. And that was who I was. I didn't want people in my life, and I had a very low self-image. When we were students, I'll tell you how low my self-image was. Even to go window shopping, I would go to Woolworth or Walmart. We used to have a shop called Woolworth over there. Walmart kind of a shop. I would not even have the self-image to go window shopping in Macy's. Window shopping, not to buy. That's how low my self-image used to be. And I was just thinking this afternoon, our luggage was a few hours late coming in, and we thought maybe I need to buy a gown. So we were in LA, we were going to Nordstrom's. I said, why not this gown? Okay, why not this as well for the next function or something? What a difference, guys. We were not like this even 10 years back. Even at emerald level, we were not such confident people. The only thing we were very friendly people. We were very true, genuine people. We didn't have we always humbled ourselves before anybody out there because we feel we could always learn from each and every person out there. That is our strength, if you may call it. We always positioned ourselves to learn. A lot of our dreams have come true, but that will be meaningless if some of you will not make a decision to make a difference in your lives after this weekend. For how many of you it's your first function ever? I just want to see a show of hands. Quite a few of you. But guys, if not to make a difference in your lives, but not only your lives, but your children's lives, and if you're single, why not have a great life that you can offer for the special person who's going to enter your life in future? Why not? Think about it. Yes, we did not build this business to make friends or to make a difference in people's lives. We built this business to make money initially. That was our whole goal. But you know what? Very soon, when you have enough of it, the focus changes to other people. And we become unselfish people. Why not be the best human being God made you to be? We want to see that side of you very soon. Come join us.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was listening to Renuka very intently, and she said, she was telling us that together we lost 7 jobs in between the time period. I lost 6 and she lost 1. So anyhow, guys, that's how I told you who's the smart one here. Guys, I'm telling you, to build this business I know we always wanted to build a big business that beyond that was our goal was to build a business that's secure, that stays long term, and once you build it, that stays forever. That's the whole goal. So that's the reason we understood the real foundation of, the proper foundation. Having a proper foundation is the key. If you don't have proper foundation in anything in life, it goes down. That's for sure. So in our business, guys, we don't hide anything in terms of what to do and how to do and things like that. The CDs are out there to tell you exactly how to build a business. The 66866 say made by Bill Britt long time back. The principles don't change. The numbers don't change. The system doesn't change. Guys, make sure you have a proper width. Put in the width. Guys, this business is about getting that personal momentum initially. Initially, if you're new here for the first time, if you don't know what width and depth is, spend some time with the person who brought you here. Understand what that means. You know what? Numbers plus timing is the key, guys. A lot of people sponsor people, register people. But we sponsor 12 to 15 people in 4 years. That doesn't matter. To gain personal momentum, guys, you have to put 12 to 15 legs in about 3 to 4 months time period. In fact, one of your goals should be from here to FED. FED is going to come maybe around October time frame, 3 months time down the road. Okay? In fact, one of your goals should be to get 6 legs to the function. That's what we're talking about. How do you go diamond? Or how do you go platinum first? Every time you show the plan, you do 6U642, right? Do you realize that the plan starts with you? I truly believe, guys, I took that thing to my heart, saying that the plan starts with me. If it is to be, it's up to me. I got to set the right example. If you is not right, the 6 that you're going to get will not be right. Okay? U642 is the key, and then make sure that 6 legs, guys, do everything. They need to be coming to functions. They need to be using the products. They need to be communicate. They need to do the 9 core steps. They need to be coming to PACE meetings and functions and CDs and everything. That's how you go platinum. Eventually you need to develop good friends with the 6 people, with this friendships with the 6 different legs, either personally or somewhere in depth. Whoever is listening to you, whoever is sold out to this system. That's how you go diamond. Not a big deal. But a lot of times, what people do is they try to work with too little, with too few. I'll tell you, that's how, understand width and depth. Okay? I'll tell you what, the key to this business that we realized through Kanti and Lata, guys, is building relationships. Relationships. Okay? For you to develop proper depth, you need to be patient with people. You need to develop people skills. You need to develop relationships. That's what we have learned through Kanti and Lata. I mean, can you imagine that, guys? If Kanti and Lata did not kept looking for somebody in this leg, today we will not be diamonds. Kanti and Lata would not found a diamond leg yet. I'm 6 deep from the original line of sponsorship, in this line of sponsorship. Okay? So remember, guys, if your upline is trying to spend some time with you, make sure you don't take that for granted. Okay? And a lot of people, what they do, guys, is, let me figure the foundation. How many of you heard the eagle structure? Eagle thing? Get the eagle thing, guys. Eagle thing should not be a big deal, really. What's so big about getting 6 legs and 6 PV checks and all that stuff, and putting people in standing order, and then this business is about promotion, guys. You got to promote what you believe in. You know for sure if people don't come to functions like this, they don't grow. You know for sure that if people don't listen to CDs, they don't stay in the business for too long. That's the reason, guys. Don't be scared. Nothing to be scared of. Okay? For you to build a big business, guys, we realize that you got to be confident about who you are. If you're not confident about who you are, if you're not confident about where you're going, nobody will follow you. Many years back, one of the Brit school, Bill Britt spoke a lot about this thing called as developing a magnetic personality. I was trying to study what is a magnetic personality. Who is the person who has this? Simple things I figured out, guys. Magnetic personality is not a big deal. Okay? Learning to smile. Learning to smile. Learning to speak the future into existence. Learning to be confident about who you are. Learning to be positive. These are the simple things. If you do consistently, guys, people will follow you. People like to hang around with you when you're confident. People like to hang around with you when you're smiling. People like to hang around with you when you're having fun. You know what? These little things that I've learned, that's called magnetic personality. Again, is everybody born to build a business? Is everybody born to have a magnetic personality? Not really. But can you force yourself? Can you learn to do a few things? Absolutely, yes. That's what, some certain things were not easy for me, but I had to learn. Remember, guys, for you to have big business, you have to have following. Okay? A following happens when you're confident about yourself, when you're confident about your goals, when you know where you're going in life. Okay? There should not be any fear in your vocabulary. There should not be any doubt in your mind. You got to be completely sold out. A lot of people have that fear and doubt, and then they keep expressing that, and sometimes you wonder why some people don't grow. These are little things that we have done, guys. You got to have this something called as burning desire. Burning desire has to be there. What you got to ask yourself: what are you most passionate about this? What are you most passionate about? You know what? My thing was when I figured out that this is the thing that is going to get my freedom. This is the thing that will get my lifestyle. My passion was to get free, guys. My passion was not to report for somebody else. I was willing to pay the price, guys. I never compromised on paying the price. I love to work hard. I like to have fun. At the same time, I love to be in the living rooms and dance. I love to be with people. I was passionate about getting free. It made common sense for me to work hard for 2 to 5 years, than keeping on for 40, 45, 50 years. These days it looks like there's no retirement age. It used to be 55 many years back, then 60, then 65, then 70, now 75. Now you retire and go straight to the graveyard. That's what it looks like. You know, how many you have seen, man? People retire and then take a job. You know, one more time. You know, you got to be passionate, guys. You got to be passionate. You know, a lot of people don't move on in the business because the priorities are not right. Okay, we believe that one of the foundation of building the business is having proper priorities. Proper priorities. You know what? Yes, I mean, who doesn't want to do all of this? Everybody wants to do so many things at the same time. But remember, we all have X amount of time and X amount of money. You got to balance in everything. And that is the reason, guys, you have to understand that, you know, I mean, especially me, I mean, I'm let's say, I'm definitely passionate, or my priority is watching sports and, you know, doing things like that. But when I was in the active phase of building the business and in the phase of going diamond, I realized that I cannot do everything. I have to let go of a few things. You know, priorities, guys. A lot of people keep saying us, you know what, and I'm handling some things. You know, life is up and down. I'm waiting for, you know, for things to stabilize. You heard that? People say that. And I'm waiting for things to stabilize, and I'm waiting for normal life. You know, guys, when there's a normal life, you're gone. There's no normal life. If it is life, guys, stuff happens. Stuff happens sometimes, which are when things are not even beyond your control. For example, this afternoon we're supposed to land here at 11 o'clock. We did come, but our luggage didn't come. So should I be feeling bad about everything? Not really. There's some things you just cannot control. You just go with it. That's it. Okay? Foundation, guys. Avoiding distractions is, I believe, is one of the foundation. Okay? As we were growing in the business, moving on the business, we had a lot of temptations, distractions coming our way. But that's the reason, guys, having that focus. That is the reason when Bill Britt talks about board in the bedroom, you know, having the focus, you know, clearly identifiable goals, the pictures on the refrigerator, and written goals. This will help you in avoiding distractions. A lot of people don't do the simple things of don't understand the power of written goals. You know, simple things, guys, and position yourself so that you can succeed. You know, distractions have come in our way too many times. Distractions come from within the family or outside the family. You know, I'll tell you, our distraction at that time was kind of people who would tempt us with more money, change the job. Okay, instead of working in New Jersey, go to city. Instead of working 8 to 9 hour, 10 hour days, go to city, work 12 hours, 14 hour days. You can double your income. You know what distraction could have been if we did that? Yes, we could have increased our income, double our income just like that. But you know what? If we are working for 12 hours, 14 hour days, we would not be able to put the time in the business. So we figured out, guys, to stay away from distractions. You know, remember one more thing, guys. Success takes time. It takes time. These days, everybody has that microwave mentality. Now. Guys, I'm telling you, you're here in this business, you're building your future. You're building people. Whenever there's people, you know, it takes time for everybody to understand what we're talking about. Okay, be patient, guys. Okay, some people join the business, run with the business, you don't have to do much to them. Some people need more love, more attention, more teaching. Okay, be patient, success came in time. Okay. You know what, I like the statement whenever Bill talks about that happiness is in the process of accomplishing. I'm telling you, I mean, there are some days when I don't have anything in my calendar, or there's nothing to look forward to in that week or something, and automatically kind of, I feel lethargic, I feel kind of bored. I don't like that. I like when my life is busy, when I'm chasing a dream. Okay, we always, I mean, of course, our goal is to grow Crown Ambassador, but right now we're spending double diamond. Okay, everything that we do right now is towards that goal. Okay, make sure you have something concrete in your mind. Okay, I'm telling you that when you're chasing a dream, when you're working hard, you will be the most productive and happy person. Okay, guys, if you lose some sleep, don't worry about it. I checked with some doctor friends of mine. Till this day, no doctor has written a death certificate saying that this person died because of lack of sleep. Okay? No big deal, okay? Just foundation, guys. You got to change your thought process. You got to change your thought process. You cannot continue to have different things if you keep changing, if you keep thinking the same way you thought all the time. You got to change the thought process. You know, people talk about, of course, one of the things that we believe in is power of spoken words. Let me ask you one thing about power of spoken words. What are you speaking? What are you speaking? You know what? I believe in speaking the thing that you really believe in. Don't speak because somebody else is speaking. Really, don't speak, somebody else is speaking, guys. The silliest thing could be, going cam right now. Yes, going cam eventually is good, but you know what? Do you believe that? Not right now. It's like this, guys. If your income is about $5,000 a month right now, okay, and if you want to make $50,000 a month, okay, it's way up there. I'm not saying it's not. It's possible, but do you believe that? I truly believe maybe you should talk about, hey, $10,000 income or something like that, based on what your present income is. It's similarly, based on the pin level that you have, I truly believe talk about the next pin or the next pin. Okay, that way when you talk, when you speak, you believe. Okay, that's very, very important, guys. You know what? Something that I believe we have done, guys. We stop putting the blame game. A lot of people have the blame game mentality. They keep on blaming some other people, keep on blaming the environment, keep on blaming the background that they came from. Guys, it doesn't matter about your past. Past is past. I'm happy the opportunity is given to me. I'm happy they're providing the knowledge, the system we have. I better take care of these things and just do these things, guys. I hope you don't have. When you come out of this meeting, guys, our goal is to let you know that, guys, is stop looking somewhere else. Stop looking somewhere else. Yes, I'm not saying this is the only thing for the rest of your life or whatever it is, guys, but take something, succeed in it, get your freedom, and other options do open up in life. But whatever you take up, guys, whatever you take up, finish it. Don't play games. The problem in life with a lot of people is they start something, they don't have the patience to finish. They don't have the determination to finish. Start something. That's what I tell you. That's what we keep on telling our children, guys. If you start something, you want to finish it. Whatever it is. I'm not checking the time, but finish it anyhow. Okay? Look at this. I'm telling you, guys, look at the mentorship we provide through the business. Okay, one of the foundation of the business is, guys, accepting somebody's mentorship and trusting that person and believing in that person and building that friendship with that person and respecting that person. And again, by the way, the mentor has to be somebody who is in life where you want to be and who has best interest in you. And that's what Upline is all about. This is, some of the do's and the don'ts, guys. I'm telling you. What we have done, guys, to be frank with you, this was some of the things that we've done. We understood loyalty. I'm telling you, I truly believe we are one of the most loyal BWW players that you have ever seen. Okay, and we have tremendous team here. They've seen the whole line of sponsorship. Rama and Ramesh were here. A phenomenal job that they have done. Okay, Nanda and Sangeeta was here. New Diamonds. You went to see them for FED. Okay, yesterday, Rashmi and Jyoti Prakash were there. Raj and Sangeeta were there. These are the diamonds that we're talking about. And there are many diamonds within the BWW team who are definitely, we are loyal to each other, guys. Okay, one of the things that you learn to do is believe in each other, guys. Believe in your partner, believe in your spouse. Don't you dare or don't you ever put down your spouse. Believing in a partner, guys, believing in a spouse is extremely key. Okay? And faith. You got to have complete faith in yourself and believe in yourself. Very important. And the law of giving, guys. The law of giving. A lot of people want to keep on, taking and taking and taking and taking all the time. But this business, guys, when you're out there in the living rooms and dens, and out there people, you give yourself away. You keep giving yourself away, guys. Time and money. Okay? And some of the don'ts I would say is, guys, temptations to come. Avoid the temptations. Selfishness. People sometimes are very selfish about some silly things. Ask yourself if you can overcome that. Manipulation. People do the silly things of manipulating. Jealousy. The envious of other people's success, guys. If you're jealousy, if you're envious of other people's success, you'll not go too far, guys. Every time there's a pain recognition, every time somebody change the pain, guys, we're always happy for them. Always happy for them. Okay? I truly believe, guys, if you build a business on proper foundation with good principles that we teach in the business, you know what? You'll never have to go back and rebuild the business. And when you build the business with the proper foundation, with proper principles, you can sleep properly. You'll never have to, keep on worrying about the business. And the rewards, guys, I'm telling you, considering to what we have, I'm telling you, the recent highlight has been on Renuka mentioned about spending time, guys. First time I met personally Bill Britt was when I was brand new Emerald. Shook hands with him. A few days back, Bill Britt, Kanti and Ratta Gala, Renuka and myself, Sugit and Kajal, Kumar and Anjali, Bill and Peggy. 5 couples in an Indian restaurant, having dinner together and going to a nice Broadway show. It's good to see your mentors, your heroes in life, spending time with that. What price would you pay for that, guys? Later on we finished the show, and then it was a good show, by the way. And then we went out to eat ice cream and some dessert, all that stuff. We spent a good amount of time. Can you imagine a simple person like Manipal and Renuka Reddy could continue to do the business and work hard and be in a position where you're invited to do this thing? Man, I believe that is the right system. You know what? Let me tell you one thing, guys. For me, I don't believe in politics. I don't believe in playing games. I don't believe in anything, guys. All I am is what you see is what you get. Okay? That's all I can say. In this business, you don't have to lie, you don't have to cheat, you don't have to do any illegal, immoral, unethical things. You build a business with complete honesty, integrity, and loyalty, with complete unity within your team, you will succeed. And I truly believe this combination of all these things is what we're talking about, proper foundation, guys. If you build the business and if you move on to higher levels without proper foundation, without proper values, without proper system, without proper beliefs, I'm not sure how long that's going to stay. If you want a long-term business, if you want to succeed, guys, understand the values, understand the principles, understand who we are, understand what we believe in. There are people in this room from different faiths. This business is for everyone. Everyone. Educational levels, everyone. Looks, everyone, guys. That's what the power of BWW system is all about. Okay? I hope you really don't play games with this, guys. This is too good. It's too precious, guys. Lifestyle, guys. I'm telling you, right now, my brother went to in India a few years back. Went diamond in India. We have a 25-year-old diamond in India. And my family is involved in the business. Guys, I'll tell you what. He got to go back with the feeling. Of course, tomorrow morning we have different services that we have. The function is not over yet. And make sure that you attend all the services. But I really want you to really leave this function tomorrow afternoon, guys, knowing that this is it. Knowing that this is the right thing to do. Knowing that you have a team that will support you, that is supporting you. You have a complete backup, guys. Okay? So all I can tell you guys is it's worth doing it. It's worth paying any price. and it's worth paying complete price. Don't compromise on the price, guys. Pay the full price, come join us.
While the techniques and approaches suggested may have worked for others, no one can guarantee that they will work for you.